I don't cry when it rains no more, or I get dirt on my shoes. I don't mind climbing 8 more floors, 'cause these stairs are all heading to you. I don't wait for tomorrow's sunshine when I feel it today. But when it's cold in the dead of winter, remember that snow melts away. One more cold drink, one more roll, one more dance before the doors get closed. Please remember, enjoy the show. Let's get happy before we get old. We don't need plans or a fancy agenda. Well, let's just see where it goes. We got no care for the way people stare at the dust and the dirt on our clothes. Hey, my friend, we'll never say
What's up, everybody? Welcome on into the Cajun Cooking Experience. Man, we are live. I'm Spuddy, and I got Kirsten next to me, and she's going to teach you how to be mean, lean, fighting machine.
That's right.
But she can't cook.
No, don't tell them already. They got to
But
find that
after
out.
tonight, she's going to be a chef and a bodybuilder.
That's right.
Hey, Mildred, how you doing tonight? So tonight, what we're going to do, we're going to cook jambalaya. I'm going to make a jambalaya in my pot. Kirsten over here is going to make a healthy version when I'm doing. We're not going to add the rice. And the reason to do this, okay, rice has gotten a bad hit over time. It's not terrible for you, but you know, we fix these big old platters of rice, and then worse is that we put all kind of stuff on the top of it. It's kind of like a potato. Potato actually got people through starvation. It's not a potato that's bad for you. It's all the stuff that we put on it that's killing you. Hey, Courtney. Courtney says she's been looking forward to this episode. All right.
Awesome.
So what we're going to do is, on this side, when Kirsten's cooking, we pretty much going to mirror each other, except she's not going to put the rice tonight. So you're going to see that, let's say you want to cut back on rice, or you want something that's really, really good to eat, but you want to put it over rice, or you want to put it over quinoa, or you want to put it over brown rice, you want to put it over potato, you want to put it over your oatmeal, your grits. This is the dish she's going to cook, okay? Hey, Lucy, I see you tonight, baby.
Oh, it's
Okay.
heating up.
All right. So now, Kirsten, you're going to grab your 2 onions.
All right.
It's not quite ready yet, but just hold on to them.
Okay.
So what we're going to do, we're going to start off with onions as always. And you know, we're going to cook these onions down. We're going to cook them down to the down and brown. The darker those onions, the more sugars you put out of them, which means it's going to be sweeter. It's going to have that, you're bringing all the sugars out, and you're going to build color. You're going to bring color into your dish. This is what we want to do. But yeah, Randy. Oh, Randy's looking for the French bread. Remember I told you about the French bread?
It's coming. Don't worry.
It's coming. Let's see. Let's
Might
see.
as well put them or no?
You're almost ready.
All right.
So what we're doing is we're using avocado oil tonight. One of the healthiest oils.
Mm-hmm. It is.
And you have anything that you would want to use instead?
No, honestly, we use avocado oil in our house, but that's really the only one that we go for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of. So on the healthy side, that's the one you would go to.
Yeah, it's about the omega. So anytime that you use a different type of oil, like avocado oil is pretty good because it doesn't have as much omega-6. Okay, so whenever that gets in, that's the unhealthy fat that gets in your bloodstream. So that's a little background there. But
there you go. Okay, let's go.
all right, we cooking.
All right. I'm 78 years old. I like the best tasting over healthy. Oh, I like the best tasting over healthy. I love it. What's up, Sharon? Oh, Randall. So what you want to do, Kirsten, we're going to keep stirring these onions.
All right.
So jambalaya is one of our go-to dishes. This is the dish that everybody cooks. It used to be like a survival food to me, but now we've made it into this gourmet dish. We've glorified it. And every man wants to buy his jambalaya cooking set, and he wants to go out there and get in his man cave and cook it. And that's cool. So it's really come a long way. But jambalaya says that it was ever originated in Europe. So, but Actually, you're talking about China. We're talking about originating in China as far back as 2800 BC. They think they have evidence to go back like 10,000 BC, but they can't prove that. But then they know as far back as 2800 BC, there's evidence it was in China. Now, that would be the rice that we would put in our jambalaya. Where did jambalaya come from? Nobody really knows. They say it originated in Africa, originated in Europe, and there's reasons for that. We'll get into those later. And of course, everybody claims, oh, we made jambalaya, we made jambalaya. And jambalaya wasn't cool till Cajun was cool. Once Cajun became cool, man, jambalaya was the coolest thing. So, and what we're doing is we're cooking this farm to table. One of the things that I do a lot of research in this, Kirsten makes a living on this and teaching people how to cook. Farm to table is good. And what would be the other things I'd be looking for, Kirsten?
What you mean?
Like what I want to cook, what things I want to eat that would help me, especially if I want to work out, I want to lose weight, I want to lose fat, whatever it is.
Well, nutrition's where you need to start if you're looking for losing weight. Everybody thinks you got to do more and more and more in the gym, but that's really not the case. You can be smart about it by starting in the kitchen, which is ironic because that's where we are right now. But whenever I cook, I try to keep it simple. He already mentioned I don't know how to cook now, so he done outed me.
We changing that.
We changing that, right? We're learning.
I'm a new woman now.
I'm a new woman. Yeah, my husband's going to be excited. But whenever we get into the kitchen at our house, we normally try to keep it very simple ingredients. Okay, we're doing chicken breasts, we're doing potatoes. Potatoes are actually the most satiating food that you can eat, and you don't have to have a lot of them, and they're actually lower carb density. So that's really good note. So anytime we can make our own homemade fries, we can make our baked potatoes, and a lot of times we keep it the chicken, shrimp, and then lean beef. And that's pretty much what we do at our house.
And all right, Angel, the go-to guys, let's go. And Terry, but hey, Terry, what's up, Rock? And everybody wish Rocky a happy birthday and a happy anniversary.
Oh, happy birthday!
Rocky just turned another decade, the big 7-0.
What? That's awesome.
And Rocky's had about 20 birthdays, maybe 25 birthdays throughout the year. I want to let y'all know. Brother Bernard, what's happening, brother? So how you coming along there, Kirsten?
Mine look like they're toasting up.
Okay. And we're going to start seeing that little brown. That's what we want to see.
Yours looks a little brown enough.
Oh, what's happening, man? All right, we're getting a good little crowd tonight. We're up to 46. We're looking good.
Oh, yeah.
Man, you know when you're cooking like this? Now, this is not on your special diet, but on Wednesday night when Spuddy's cooking live, this is Spuddy diet. Man, you get thirsty cooking.
Ooh, this pot's hot.
The person did a little burn up at the beach this weekend, so she's feeling this heat.
I'm feeling it.
Casey, what's happening, brother? That's my neighbor. And look, I want to let y'all know, for 2 weeks, we haven't half our building had electricity. Y'all would be sitting in the dark. So Casey came over here, he lit up the light this morning.
Aw. Sounds like a hero. They call you Spooky?
So that goes way back to the lady I bought the place from. Look, so everybody's taking Spuddy, Spike, Spooky, Speaky, Spunky. My grandpa called me Spunky, which I like. Because that was the right name for me. Now, what we're going to do now, this is what this is called, giving a little loving.
Oh, okay.
See how you saw that little brown in there?
Looks like hibachi.
Yeah. This is my favorite part. So what you're doing is, as you cook it, you get that little grimy at the bottom, we call it. You know, they got a chef name for it. I don't know what it is, but us Cajuns, we call it grimy.
Okay.
And then we pulling that grimy off the bottom. Every time you do that, you're pulling some flavor. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
And that's Heather Poche. And let y'all know, we have Kirsten's family in back here. Y'all can give a little shout out.
Representing.
And then Heather, my daughter's here. And then you have Malcolm and Joel, my grandson.
Yes.
Malcolm, Joel, give a little yell.
And we got Evelyn in the house.
Evelyn, I can't see behind this TV. And we got Elaine watching the screen.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Mine's getting browner.
All right, you're getting browner, so that's good. So you see that undo it. You got yours in the far end? Let's go ahead and put that in, Kirsten.
All right. And you make this one yourself, you
That's
said.
my homemade undo it.
That's right.
And so, there you go, Malcolm. Okay. So what makes this one special? Hey, Courtney.
I need to
Yeah,
go.
I need to go play. So what makes this special? Look, hey, Laurie, you go out there. Oh, what's up, brother Mike?
Hey, Rock.
Get a shout out, brother. So what you do is, so you buy a lot of, there's on do all over the market. Mass sausage all over the market. And if you ever read the ingredients on them, they'll scare the hell out of you. Especially you as what that's teaching people how to be healthy.
Yeah.
If you read a sausage ingredient or on do ingredient, they go ahead and name things you can't even pronounce.
Oh, yeah.
You can't even pronounce them. So we put salt and pepper.
Yeah.
That's it. We season with salt and pepper. We keep it very clean because all the other stuff, what we do is you go buy sausage on the market, you're going to have fillers, soy fillers. You're going to have flavors. What are the flavors? Natural flavors. What's natural? Dirt is natural. I don't know what's natural. But natural flavors usually some kind of chemical they're putting in. And all the natural flavors and the fillers and all, fillers are made to hold water so that you don't lose weight while you're smoking. The natural flavors are to play with your brain so that it makes you want, it tastes better than the natural flavor. So if I put lemon, natural flavor lemon, it's going to taste better than lemon or orange. So it makes you want more of it.
Yeah.
So this is the kind of stuff we have in our food chain. Here we put in salt and pepper. Hey, Stu, Mama Rose is watching. And all right, I wish you could stop one place too. Hey, Adele, we're cooking jambalaya. Joffrey, what's happening? Better tasting over healthy all day.
Hey, he can make healthy taste pretty good now.
Yeah, don't worry. Look,
Yeah,
the taste is gonna be there. Don't worry about that. Okay, Kirsten, what is your recipe? What is your recipe for sausage? You can't get Putty's gonna do it, of course.
Recommendation? Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, we just got to taste his smoked andouille and it was unbelievably good. But for us, I typically do not try to get too much sausage from the store. Now, Richard's makes a pretty good boudin and it has, I think, like 1.5 grams of fat per serving. It's really good. So typically, if we're eating something more on the Cajun side, we'll go for the Richard's boudin brand. Sausage typically has a good bit more fat where we're not really purchasing it as much. But I'll tell you what, we've been on the boudin kick because we both just started a cut, me and my husband. So we've been cutting some weight. It's a cheat code.
Downtown Ed Brown. Where's Elaine? She ain't coming in front of that camera, Ed. Ed, my guest is Kirsten Willis. She's a trainer. She's a, what else would you be? A health coach, trainer. And I'm gonna tell you, okay, this is how I met up with Kirsten. My daughter, they go to the same church, and then Heather tells me what Kirsten is doing. And I kept hurting myself, hurting my knee. I was in rehab for my shoulder. And the reason why I was hurting myself, why? Because I thought I was 30 years old. My brain said it. My body said, oh, hell no, you're 67. So you kept pulling stuff. And that's just the way it is. So what you do is you call somebody like Kirsten. We had about an hour talking. I said, Kirsten, let me tell you something. I'm tired of hurting myself, and I need your guidance. And if I hurt myself, then she goes, okay. She asked a lot of questions. We talked about how she asked a lot of questions. I asked a lot of questions. So this is about what you want out of it. And she can't help you unless you tell her what you want. And she can't, and you can't know what she's talking about unless you're listening. So we went back and forth, and she set me up with some programs. And I'll tell you, right when you get used to the program, you think you got it, you don't have it, she change it on you. But that's good. That's a good thing.
As soon as you get to a place to where you've rocked it, okay, like Spuddy, I'll give him some kudos. He's always rocking it. He's always doing more than I asked, which is why he hired me. I got to tell him to chill out. I got to tell him you need to calm down. You're doing too much.
I get fussed for doing too much.
Yeah. And that's why I try to tell people it's actually simpler than you think to live a healthier lifestyle. One, you start with the nutrition, but two, you actually don't have to do as much in the gym as you think you do. And so that's what we had a conversation about. He was doing so much, and props to him because he was keeping up with it. But you actually don't have to go that crazy energetic in the gym. And that's a work in progress. We're still working on trying to tone it back.
I've been called the overachiever.
Oh, yeah. That's an understatement of the century.
Yeah. What's up, rolling?
Mr.
Okay,
Biggs,
grab your little Charlotte bottoms. Throw them in there.
You need mine then?
That's it.
Oh wait. I don't
Oh, wait.
this
Oh,
one?
I threw the wrong way.
Yeah. That's okay.
I just wanted to share
I'll
with
help you. I'll help you. Thank you, Joe.
you. Hey, Susan. That might be somebody y'all know.
Oh yeah, Miss Twig.
Miss Twig.
She said,
Hey, Kathy.
smell it.
Mr. Malin, do you still fix cracked windshields? That ain't a big thing. No, I don't, Coach. So one time I used to have this thing called Cajun windshield repair. And I went around fixing it by putting on my little jumpsuit, had a little patch. Technician, professional technician, and I'd go fix the crack in your windshield.
You don't have time for that in your schedule.
I
anymore, huh?
don't have time for that anymore. I don't. Hey, Ray. So I'm gonna tell you a story about Ray. Raylene has celiac. She cannot have a lot of sausage on the market. Because I do not put gluten in my sausage, she can eat that and she can make a gumbo and actually enjoy a gumbo now.
That's pretty cool.
I don't have celiac, but I'm sensitive to gluten. So I have to watch myself. When you have celiac, it's really bad. You will go with that gastro knot. I mean, really, it's bad.
Yeah.
And I'm proud to say that she can use my stuff and make that gumbo and be able to eat and enjoy gumbo again. Because the stuff on the market, it all has breadcrumbs and soy fillers. Right there, it's going to get you. Gastro is going to get you.
Yeah.
What's up, Fly? Healthy jambalaya, Fly. Oh, thank you, Ed. Hey, Katie.
Oh, Mary?
What's up, Mary? How's my buddy doing? All right. Okay, you see, you can get that nice brown in there?
Oh, yeah, it looks
Okay,
good.
grab your celery.
Celery. I
Yep.
know that one.
So we're doing right now, we're just throwing the things in that take a little time to cook. We're bringing all those in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me ask you something. You like mushrooms?
I do like mushrooms.
Grab your mushroom. Time to put them in. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Some people in that audience out here really don't like
I know.
mushrooms.
My husband don't like that.
Yeah, well, maybe he needs to talk to Heather. Thank you, Ray. Y'all see Raylene? That's my neighbor. I've been doing this since she was 2 years old. She wouldn't lie.
Wow.
Joy, yes, and we'll put the recipe somewhere. Absolutely.
Hey, Joy.
Seeing all the family stepping
Oh,
in.
yeah, I know. My family shows up and shows
Dino,
out.
what's happening? Oh, this smells good in here. What you think?
It smells good. It's hot.
What y'all think? It smells good out there? Oh, yeah.
This crew's ready to eat.
Look, the go-to guy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hungry and I need a good workout. Send me the recipe for both.
I got you on one of those. I think this will be the first time I ever cook for my family.
It won't be the last.
Don't tell them that.
Evelyn doesn't like them either. Evelyn doesn't like mushroom either.
So how often do you add the water? Just anytime that
So you see it when it starts sticking?
Uh-huh.
So every time it starts sticking, we add that little water. And that's just to get that good flavor off the bottom of the pot. And you see, every time I do it, it's getting a little bit browner in there. You see that flavor? So
Yeah.
this is your gravy. Courtney, I second you. The recipe had me drooling jambalaya. It's my favorite comfort food. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, Dog, what's going on? My favorite tour guide partner right there.
Oh.
Mike Sims. We need another. Mike, whenever you're ready, brother. So Mike was one of those that guys from Texas. He came over and took my class.
Oh, that's awesome.
Him and a group of people, man, and we had a blast. We
I'm
really
sure.
did. Okay. How we looking? We looking good in there?
I think we're looking
Okay,
good.
let's see. Like, see that pork?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was
Now-
pork tush, right? Or something?
That's that cushion meat. That's the
Oh,
one
tush.
and that little red one.
This one?
Yep. The other one's chicken.
All
So we're
right.
gonna bring that little pork in. So the reason we can use this pork, let me tell you, this pork right here is cushion meat. It's very, very lean. We don't have a lot of fat on here. But if you use Boston butt's good. If you want flavor, Boston butt is slamming. But you have to trim a lot off of Boston butt, and then you lose a lot. You have that bone, you lose a lot. So, and then if you buy those $1 a pound, 99% Boston butts, those are off of some huge hogs. I go to Sam's and get these little small Boston butts, little small bone. They're expensive. They're about $2 a pound. But let me tell you, you have no waste. You hardly have a gland in them. You buy those 99 cents a pound, and look, I make a lot of sausage. When I make with those, my sausage is really, really fat. They got a lot of fat in my sausage. So this is why I don't like to use it. But if that's what you like, that's fine. But if I'm gonna make a jambalaya with Boston butt, I would get the one that's lean. Yes, it's gonna cost more, but I'm not gonna have as much waste. Because that bone and that fat, if you have to trim it, it's gonna cost you. These pieces of cushion meat, I buy an expensive one. Cost me about $2.40 a pound. But they made like picnic hearts and they have no fat on them. What's up, Tim? So we had looked it up a while ago. I can't remember what the macros were.
It was 1.5 fat to 5.5 protein.
A really, really good combo.
Yeah,
high protein.
Better for pork. Yeah.
Hey, Rod, thank you, man. Okay, now we're getting that.
Oh yeah.
We give you a little loving. You know what they call this? Call this a little loving.
Little loving.
Give Kirsten a little loving.
Love it.
All right.
So how do you know when everything, like, is there such a thing as like burning it?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't want to do that.
Hey, look. That's the easiest thing you can do.
Oh, good. That's probably why I've done it before. Because I don't want to burn it.
I burned them before.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, I get busy in here. You know, I can't do one thing at one time. You got to multitask with 6 different things. And you walk in the back, as soon as you open that door, you smell it and you know it.
Oh, yeah.
But I made some of my best jambalayas that smell burnt, but they weren't. You just add water, it gives you great color. You gotta know how to get out that jam. Okay. How we looking? Oh, yeah, you looking
I think
good.
we're looking good.
Okay, now we're just gonna cook down this meat. And now, you see, we're not ready for this yet. You see these bell peppers? You notice I have all the colors.
Oh, yeah.
You know why?
There's different sweetnesses to it?
Different sweetnesses and different health benefits.
Okay.
So the green's your most immature. You eat the green bell pepper, you get a little bite. You get that little snap in it. You eat the reddest, the sweetest. They kind of call this the stoplight. You go through the stoplight, and I call it the rainbow of colors. But all this you go through right here, and to me, I like to bring all those flavors into a pot. You don't have to. You can just use one color if you want.
Yeah.
But I just like mixing them up like that. And I like a lot of bell peppers.
Yeah. As long as
Tim, we're making a little jambalaya tonight, brother.
What's your favorite dish to cook?
My favorite dish to cook? I love cooking jambalaya. I love cooking okra. I love cooking etouffee. And see right here what we're doing right here? This stewing. This is a stewing process. I love doing this.
Okay.
I love doing this. But I like cooking jambalaya if I'm cooking, especially like catering jobs. And one of the jobs we do every year for our Nights of Columbus, hey, Trey, we cook 1,500 lunches. So we do the dirty rice here. So 1,500, we cook 225 pounds of rice. And you have 2 big pots, you have to cook them twice. And we have a blast doing that. And we use Black Angus ground beef. So we get some high quality ground beef and we make that. And then we cook it with these big pots. And what we're going to do to this jambalaya, just think of it as a 60 pounds of meat that you're doing it with, or 70 pounds of meat.
Wow. Wow.
It's actually easier to mess up on this than the big pot.
Oh.
Look, Ray, the best dirty rice. Look, we do a good job with the dirty rice. And one thing is, I will make sure they have a lot of meat in it. So you know what a wish dish is?
Hey, look, somebody said mine's going to be better than yours.
Left hand her jambalaya better than
That's
yours.
right, Greg. Thank you, Greg, for your support.
Fly. Just because she looks better than me, you don't have to be sucking up over here.
No, please do it. I need all the support I can get.
So, you left-handed?
I am
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was saying.
That's okay. I forget too. We were talking about Black Angus beef.
The Black Angus beef, that was the dirty rice.
I don't know.
But I'll come back to it. So, one of the things, jambalaya, where did it come from? Everybody wants to claim it. West Africa, jollof rice. A lot of tomatoes, a lot of vegetables. Maybe put a little protein in if you had it, and then you would add rice to it. That was one. Another one is paella, Spanish. Remember, we were Spanish rule from 1762-ish all the way to 1800. So they brought the paella over. That was their dish. And they say, oh, yeah, that paella, that was our jambalaya. It wasn't no jambalaya, it was paella. When you got out in Cajun cushion, those are red jambalayas. They couldn't get saffron to make the paella, so they wound up getting using tomatoes out the French market. Our tomato season is 1 month out the year. That's it. That's all we have. We don't have a French market. So we brown our meat like we're doing here. See the brown?
Oh, yeah.
This is how we make our jambalaya, natural brown. way I look at it, because the way I was brought up, Mama took them leftovers, cooked them in the black iron pot, blended them all together, threw some rice in it, jumbled it together, and that was jambalaya. Eat it or go to bed hungry.
Yeah.
Joy, what pot do you recommend, and what is the name of the cooking tool you're using? Wooden spoon. I get these from Mississippi wooden spoons, and but the pot, if you get like a 10-quart pot, this is a 12, this is the 12, this is a 20. Kind of give you an idea. This will cook 6 pounds of rice or like 12 cups of rice. This one will cook 9 pounds of rice or like 18 cups of rice.
Wow.
Hey, Stacy, what's up, cuz? Thank you, Ed. Okay, yours is really coming out good. You see that brown right here?
Yeah.
Oh, this is what we're looking for. Now, what I did, the only difference between these two, I did throw a little sausage in mine. When you're cooking a jambalaya and you have rice, that sausage gives a little fat and it helps that rice buzz.
Yeah.
So that little bit fat in there, but get you a good sausage. If you know a good, people that make their own sausage, see what they put in it. And I'm not talking about just meat. This is a dying art that people are making their own sausage. But I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not hard to make, and you can make it at home. You can make your own sausages at home. Smoking's gonna be the issue. And a lot of people are starting to do this now. Tell you a story about grind meat. My sister, I've been on my sister for 30 years to buy the grind our own meat. Don't buy the stuff out the store. Last week we were somewhere and guy told her how to make grind meat in one of the supermarkets. She went by a meat grinder. She said, I wish I'd have known that. I said, I wish you'd have listened to me. Jamie, we ate seafood paella in Spain. How was it? And most of the time, most of the paella is going to have seafood in it.
Mm-hmm. We had some in Costa Rica.
It was good?
No.
No.
It was not. It was not. And you would think it is because it was like all fresh caught. But no, they put some weird things up in that.
Yeah.
I did not like that.
And a lot of people, what they'll do is, they get in there and they get caught in the tourist trap.
Yeah.
And they want to do the tourist thing. And it's one of the things I always did that when I started my Cajun cooking experience. I did, Elaine. When you get to a Cajun cooking experience, I promised that I was going to be me and we was going to cook authentic.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I made a promise of. We was going to go farm the table.
Yeah.
And I just got to know, because I said to Mama Rose, I did say hello, but Mama Rose is watching. Hello. Oh, Mike.
I don't make my own sausage. I love Spuddy to make it. Somebody's giving you, Petra is
Hey, but listen.
Giving you some shout outs there.
I have Spuddy to make it. So she'll buy, so we tour guide together sometime, and then she'll have me deliver at the where we go meet at the boat launch. I'll have it in the ice bag and she'll bring it home. So she's got it really good.
Oh.
But if you don't want to make sausage, so sausage is sausage. But if you don't want to make sausage, at least grind your own meat.
Yeah.
Buy your roast. I like the sirloin roast because it doesn't have a lot of trimming to do, and just grind your own meat, and then maybe throw a little pork in it if you want to make burgers and stuff. If not, it doesn't matter. But do your own. Yeah. And the flavor is going to be out of sight. Yeah. All right, Ron. Damon, I didn't care for it. It consisted of squid, shrimp, clams, and mussels. Dale enjoyed it. Probably overdoing it. Tourist trap, we're going to really go out there. It may be good for the locals. It may be. That's why when people come here to do mine, I always ask them, what do you want? Food allergies, things you don't like. I want to know all this so we can make this thing because they cooking it. I want them to cook what they like to cook and what they like to eat.
Yeah. That's my Aunt Jamie. We actually had the same thing in Costa Rica. It had clams, mussels. I'm not a big fan.
Yeah. I like clam and mussel.
Really?
You got a really good color. Okay, let's go in with the bell peppers.
All right.
Notice I used a lot of vegetation, huh? I like a lot of vegetables. Hey, Charmaine, you don't have that Roland. Homemade is the best. You know it. So Roland does something. Roland cold smokes. This is an old art where you keep the temperature around maybe around 90 degrees, 80 degrees, and you can smoke for 36, 48 hours of smoking.
Wow.
Terry, you know it smells good. And all that stirring is like an arm workout.
That's right.
Hey, we working out over here.
Come on.
Avi,
workout buddies.
What up? Good to see your face. Thank you, my brother. All right, Avi.
Oh, it smells good. Them bell peppers added a good bit
Oh,
of.
they did, huh?
Uh-huh.
You got some really good color.
I need more loving. I need more loving.
Yeah, you need some loving. Everybody need more loving. Oh, Kurt, what's happening, man? Bob, talking about you this week. It was all good, too. Oh, yeah, man, this is a hot job.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Tammy, dude, what's happening, baby? So me and Tammy used to work together a
Where?
long time ago.
What y'all used to do together?
Computer programmer.
What? I remember you telling me that you used to do that.
Go figure.
Does Tammy still do that?
Tammy might be retired now.
Oh, good. That's probably a lot more fun.
I would think so. So you know, I looked up something. I was trying to figure out where this name jambalaya come from, and there was a thought out there, and they're not really sure. But jambon is ham in French, and then aya or ya is rice in West Africa. Jambalaya, jambalaya. This is kind of what they think. They really don't know where it came from, but this is the thinking of where this word came from. Tammy still works. It's funny. It was very good. High five to you, Tammy. Hey, gumbo weather. Thank you, Tammy. And Tammy, we did have some good times when we was working at Oshner. We really did have some good times. We had a great crew.
Yeah.
When you have a great crew of people working together, we were like family, really.
Aw. That's so sweet. Which Oshner y'all worked at?
The main campus in New
cool.
Orleans.
Oh, cool.
That was the only one at the time we worked.
Really? Oh, now they've spread
Oh,
it a
yeah,
lot.
they big time now. So catch that almond flour over there.
Okay.
Oh, one other thing before we put this. See that garlic?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we got to have some garlic. So put as much as you like in yours. What do you like?
How much y'all like? Good. I know my dad likes it.
Yeah.
Oh, my hand's about to burn off.
Charmaine said hello, Elaine.
Okay, I'm gonna give you.
Okay. I'm going to put some in
Let's
mine.
see how much you put.
So you know why we don't do the recipe? You ever think about that? Because you cook
Me?
from your heart.
I don't ever use a recipe.
But that's good though, because you don't.
But-
So now you can create your own dish. Cook from the heart.
That smells good.
The smell-o-vision isn't working. Damn, I had it fixed last week, but the lights went out. Then maybe that part's not working, Darren.
We need a 4D experience.
No such thing as too much garlic. You got that right. Okay, once this water kicks out, we're gonna bring that almond flour in. So what that's gonna do is it's gonna help us build a little base to give us a little thick gravy in there.
Okay.
So it's a way of making a roux without having all the fats in it. And you can use white flour if you want. You can use brown flour. Just don't use. You gotta use all-purpose flour if you're gonna use something.
Okay.
Don't use self-rising.
Yeah.
Lucian. Hey, my brother, y'all getting all that rain over there? Shit, you know it, Lucian.
Always.
You know it. Okay. One thing about jambalaya, so this process we're doing right here is stewing. We're not making a stew. We're stewing this meat. You go back in old newspapers and you look at people did. They took, let's say they would take some onions and they didn't have many ingredients, but things were well measured because people didn't have a lot of money. So they might catch 20 crawfish. They might have 20 pieces of pork. They would actually count it out, or 10 okra, a dozen okra. This is how they would cook. But they would take the meat. A lot of times it was round steak. They would take cheap meat because it's all they could afford, and they would stew it like this. And what they would do is they make their gravy, and they build their gravy, and this is what the flavor was. When I saw that in the old newspapers, I said, these people had something. We make a stew because, Catholicism, our grandparents, they took this stuff serious and just made a lot of children because that's what you did. Well, you had to feed all those kids. You use rice and stews. You make a roux to make your stew so you can spread that food out to feed all those hungry buzzards at the table. Send me a bowl home. Send me a bowl home, Evelyn. Courtney, what do you recommend with a side dish for jambalaya? Over here in Vassar, if you come here, number one St. James Parish is going to be white beans. Jambalaya white beans, you can put it, we call it, you want wet beans, you want wet jambalaya or dry jambalaya? We used to serve it on the side, but jambalaya white beans to me is the best side. And then if you got jambalaya white beans, another little side is root peas. And then maybe a little coleslaw. Perfect meal. You can't go wrong. Donna, one full shake to another, brother. You see, I'm starting to get that little stick down here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I'm
flavor.
still good.
You're doing good. Now let's bring that almond flour in.
All right.
Oh, I'll put it over here.
Yeah, I think you got it.
Okay. So what we'll do is let's bring in, we got a tablespoon, and let's go 2. We'll bring in 3. Let's see how that works, okay?
All right.
Now, you notice there's no recipe. We're just winging this, but we're building our flavor. And if we need more, we can do that.
Yeah. Well, I get fussed at for winging it. So.
Oh, no.
I might.
You're going to become a new woman after tonight. You're going to be
Well, I understand why they fuss at me. I go crazy with the seasonings, but.
Yeah, you got to watch the season.
Yeah.
Kyle, what's happening? And then Darren said, see, white beans. So when you're serving jambalaya white beans, you want wet or dry, or you want your beans on top or on the side? We always put them in a little cup when we serve it people so that they can make their own decision.
Do you like potato salad with it?
No. I'm not. So if I eat potato salad, I like German potato salad.
What does that mean? You put a lot of stuff in it?
No mayo.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No mayo. I don't like mayo.
Yeah.
Never did.
Probably not a bad thing. That tends to be the fattening agent in it.
So German potato salad got mustard. You make like a vinaigrette with it. So it's not healthy. First you fry bacon. Got your grease. You're gonna put a little sugar in there. You're gonna put a little cornstarch to thicken it. So you make a little vinaigrette, little vinegar.
Yeah.
And then you have boiled potatoes with the peelings on. I'll fry me a little andouille on the side. Mix it up in there. A little mustard, and take that vinaigrette and pour it over. And it's very good. Let's see. I'm gonna make sure I didn't miss anything. I like fried fish with jambalaya. See, that's another good one.
I have seen that. I've seen that with etouffee though, a lot more.
The fried fish goes with anything, really.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, we're getting a little thickness there. Let's start bringing your little gravy in. Okay, I'm gonna bring a little bit more this time. Okay.
And how do you know when you don't need to add any more almond flour?
So I'm looking at the thickness. I'm just watching that thickness to see if it's as thick as I want it.
Okay.
Is the gravy. So as you're cooking, that gravy is gonna keep reducing, and we'll bring it back. It's not gonna make a lot of gravy, but this is good for like a couple you're gonna eat, or 2, 3, 4 people. And that's gonna be a good dish, a good side dish, and you can make it, and you can do anything in it to make it as healthy as you want.
Yeah.
Hey, Belinda, it's all good, baby. Rolling, see rolling? See rolling with the Destrehan. We was in Destrehan together. So it must be something about going to Destrehan. We don't like no meal.
Oh yeah.
I just never did. So you go back to the jambalaya like a cold beer. That right? You don't like mayo? I don't think we can be friends.
Oh, Tammy disowned you.
Tammy, I still love you, baby. So in the jambalaya, you bring the influences in. So you had your African influence, especially. So you got your Creole jambalaya, you got your Cajun jambalaya. Creole's always gonna be red. Go to New Orleans, you will eat that red jambalaya, okay? Then you're gonna have like your Caribbean influence. That's your peppers and your tropical seasonings that's coming in. Native Americans, you could have some wild game, some shellfish. That would be what they would have cooked and mixed with rice. In the Cajun verse, the reason why people always were leery about eating stuff that Cajun cooked, and if you remember when we were young, people my age, they're gonna remember, don't eat that stuff Cajun's cooking. You don't know what they have, and that's true. We would make it with anything. We'd put anything in the pot and tell you it tastes like chicken.
That's true. Frog, alligator, all of it.
Tastes like chicken.
It does taste like chicken though. Y'all not lying.
Belinda, not like a cold beer. Barbara, my dad's favorite was jambalaya. So Barbara's dad was one of the first around here that actually cooked jambalaya. And him and her uncle, Peanut, they would go around, they cooked a lot of jambalaya, and it really community-minded and did a lot of work for the community and cooked jambalaya like almost every weekend.
Oh, wow. Props to you.
Oh, Mike, I'm tuning in from St. Aug. Elizabeth, I'm late to the party. I would love the recipe. Also, love the cooking lesson. Thank you. Thank you, Elizabeth. Melissa, what we put what you got in the, that's right. So Melissa says, whatever you got, you put in that pot. And that was it. I remember talking to a guy, he died a couple years ago, Mr. Charles Gravois, and he told me, he said, look, when we ate jambalaya on the plantation, let me tell you something. A lot of times we didn't even have meat. We just ate rice and vegetables. And whatever we had, that's what we made the jambalaya with. So it was truly a leftover dish, and it was something just to flavor that rice, to spread that rice out. Is that water or chicken broth y'all keep adding? Chicken broth. And what's up, Bones? This is chicken broth. So one thing I do is all my ends are cut off. I make a like a bouillon, onions, celery, carrot. I'll put in here, bay leaf, and I'll boil that, and maybe some chicken gizzards, some chicken necks, chicken backs, whatever cheap part of chicken I have. I used to use leg quarters. If you put that, all they do is break apart now. So, and they just shred up. They really don't make a good stock because you can't boil them long enough. You got a hen you can make a good stock with. Oh yeah, you see your little gravy now?
Oh yeah. This is gonna taste good.
Man, that's gonna be good. See how mine's coming along now?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's looking good.
Okay. Oh yeah, we still got a good gravy on this side too. Let's see. Ain't gonna be long. We're bringing this chicken in. Not yet, but you're gonna be bringing it in soon. We just let yours cook down because we're gonna probably add my rice before you add the chicken.
Okay.
So you see, I'm bringing a little bit extra water in. So what it does, as this cook, is gonna reduce.
Okay.
And as it reduces, it's gonna thicken.
Okay.
And then we're gonna start. So let's say we're gonna season yours. Let me do this so I don't burn mine.
Yeah.
Ari, the only days I like to eat jambalaya and white beans are on days I end in Y. All right, my brother. So salt, Himalayan salt. Now watch.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's not much, right?
Nope.
Okay, that's all we're gonna bring.
Wow.
Then, so we're gonna salt. We don't want to overload with salt to start with,
Mm.
because it holds that fluid, and then you get fussed because you don't weigh in good.
Oh yeah.
Then the little red pepper,
We're all about the chickens.
and then you got a little black pepper. But look at that measurement.
So do you just add the red pepper because it tastes it, or is it smoked, or is it?
No, just a little, like a little cayenne. I
Oh.
tell you about black pepper. I love black pepper. I love it in everything. I used to put it in my own do. I don't put it anymore.
Mm.
As people get older, okay, you might not know this, but Dad probably remember this. Your papa remember this. But if you had a leak in your radiator, you put black pepper in it and plug the leak
What?
because it doesn't dissolve.
Ah.
And that's why a lot of people, the system couldn't handle it.
Mhm.
So we had to quit putting it because some people's system just couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Miss St. Rose, what's going on, baby? One of my hometown people over there.
You got some good supporters
Oh, yeah.
showing up.
All right. So see over here?
Uh-huh.
So give me that French bread.
Uh-oh.
Boy, y'all know what time it is. At the end of this cook-off, what does the winner get?
A French bread?
A hug.
Oh.
Hold that, Kirsten. Oh,
Well,
yes.
That's authentic.
So one thing when you're cooking on the show, oh, yeah, hell yeah, we busted up a little diet tonight. Right? You just want to get a little flavor. It's going to be a little watery.
Okay.
You just want to get a little flavor out of it.
So hot. Okay. Oh wait, he's already on this. Whoa. It's so hot. That's good, but it's
Yo,
hot.
Kirsten's over here singing to me, you light up my life. Look at her, burned up.
Yeah, burn me up. Look at him double dipping. Get out my pot, Scotty.
What do you think of the flavor?
Oh, it's good.
Taste a little salt in it? Taste a little pepper?
That tastes like garlic.
You taste that garlic too? Who wanted that garlic?
That's right. That's my dad over there. That is good.
So it's not even ready yet. Okay. And every time we put a little water, we're gonna let it reduce. Okay. Now I'm gonna bring a little bit of chicken stock in mine. So I tell everybody, look, if you're gonna make your own chicken stock, you can buy that chicken stock in the store.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them have a lot of salt in them, a lot of sodium. Canned goods. People like to cook with canned goods. Number one, you don't see any canned goods here. I don't like them.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are loaded with sodium. If I'm gonna buy vegetables, I'm gonna buy them IQF frozen. Buy them in a bag, they're individually frozen. They take them out the field and they freeze them. Reason for that is they're not in salt, and it's to me, when you put them in a can, they change, the flavor changes. You lose some of that freshness. So there's nothing wrong with it if that's what you like. But if you're cooking a jambalaya with canned goods, you better be careful. It's a lot of salt and it's a lot of liquid. They can throw your whole formula off. So you have to be careful.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh, Ed, that's that dance, brother. Oh, that dance. Hell yeah, that garlic's good.
He's waiting on that plate at home.
You know what Evelyn's doing here? That's my man. Yeah, that's my man talking.
He's multitasking.
Okay. Now we haven't even have seasoned mine yet. I haven't put any seasoning in, right?
Why didn't you put seasoning in yours? Because the rice got to go in first?
No, we're gonna season it, but try it out. Let's see what it tastes like. Oh, hell yeah.
Which one's better, mine or yours?
Yep.
You pretty much made them both, so I mean, it's
No, you're doing a good job.
Okay.
I'm not taking no credit.
That's good.
Good? Now we haven't had any seasoning yet, so I have to be careful. When I'm adding seasoning here, I put andouille sausage. My andouille sausage is a lot of salt and a lot of seasoning. So I have to be careful when I load this up. Okay?
I do taste the difference, though.
You taste the difference, huh?
I didn't think I would, but yeah.
Now, we're gonna, Malcolm, take this. So we're gonna bring this chicken in mind. And this chicken thigh meat, I want thigh meat because it's got flavor. Now, people, there's a lot of stuff out there about chicken breast, chicken thigh, especially when you're working out, watching nutrition. Is there really any difference? Any one better than the other, or does it really make that much difference?
Well, it kind of depends on, I'll tell you this. It makes a difference for my clients and for me. So whenever I coach somebody, I give them a goal for protein, fat, and carbs, meaning every day when you're looking at what you're eating, we want to make sure what we're eating is actually going to fuel our body. So if you eat chicken thigh or you eat a fattier meat, you're eating up a lot of your calories because fat is over 2 times as calorically dense as carbs or protein. So chicken thigh has a good deal more fat than chicken breast. Like chicken breast is relatively fat-free. But if you use chicken thigh and you have the same amount of protein, you normally have around 15 more grams of fat than you do with chicken breast.
So if you're watching that, somebody watching their nutrition or watching their weight, they really want to stick to the chicken breast.
Yes.
So if somebody comes in and says, look, I want to put on, like I did, I want to put on, I want to lose fat, put on muscle. The way to take care of herself, I'm not looking to lose a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Then does that really matter in my scheme? That
if you're looking just to change your physique, and not as much to change the weight, then the biggest thing is going to be gym performance and making sure that you're at least getting enough protein. So in general, chicken thigh versus chicken breast at that point is not too different as long as you're watching your portions. But I would say in general, especially if you are overweight and wanting to lose some pounds on the scale, you definitely want to check out, how much fat is in the food that you're eating. So for instance, we eat a lot of meat in our household, but if you smoke it or you cook it on the grill right, it tastes so flavorful. And you don't really, I think a lot of people think you have to substitute the flavor for the health. That's not always the point. Absolutely not. I mean, you're showing people how to make some healthier substitutions on here too. Yeah. And I can tell you what, this bread tasted really good. So we're going to be eating.
You can't have this every day, but damn, it's good on tonight, though.
Oh, it's good.
And that's one of the things too, is that as you reaching your goals, you can make a little splurge. It's everything in moderation.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to reach that goal, then that's a whole different formula. It's a whole different routine.
Well, and I think because there's so much information online, which it's so overwhelming when you think about, yes, you have to do this or you have to do that. Everybody's got a different philosophy for what's the healthiest because, they want to write a book on it and they want to call it, the best. So what I tell people is, one, if you're my client, I'm going to help simplify everything for you. And you can take the thinking out of it because I pretty much do that for you. But really, when you're making food selections, as long as your portion is controlled, because a lot of people, we eat a lot more of the unhealthy things. So you're like pretty much doubling how unhealthy it is at that point. As long as your portions are controlled and you're trying to make conscious effort, you're going to be so much better off. So much better off. So it's really that simple, you know?
Now, Roland, what about the carbs and thighs?
None. Anytime that you're having a meat, unless you have a sauce or a gravy or something put on it afterwards, it's not going to have any carbs. Like shrimp, chicken, beef.
Which is high in protein and some fat.
Yeah.
Depending on what the meat is.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
What's up, Hollywood? I say,
Thank you, Jerry.
I need one of those pictures right there, Kirsten.
One of them?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hope I picked the right one.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Is that water or chicken broth?
That's chicken broth.
That's the chicken broth?
Yep. Just give it a little stir up. I add a little bit to mine. I'm gonna bring it to yours, and then we're gonna reduce it again.
Okay.
So what we're doing is, somebody said it best in one of our classes. We are layering the flavors. Okay, and we're layering the flavors, and the longer we cook this, the better flavor we're gonna get out of this. It's not like a rush dish. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking about the history of jambalaya and all, but rice. Rice is so important to our culture that rice, probably, like I said, 2800 BC, we're talking about rice hitting China. Then rice spread through Europe and eventually to the Americas. It was a small time crop. You made it, you didn't have any big farms. It was very labor intensive. So probably maybe only the wealthy could eat it. All right. So then they had a guy by the name of Dr. Seaman Knapp. He developed the new way of rice cultivation late in the late 19th century, and he built it where it was suited to Louisiana's climate. Because one thing about it, the Cajuns knew how to grow rice, but once they started getting the Germans got here and they said, "Hey, we have something here. We can make machines," because the Germans were engineers; they were the smart ones. So the Cajuns knew how to grow it. Germans came in, started building the machinery. They were more industrious, and that combination together blew up our rice industry, especially in Southwest Louisiana. What started off as a small crop, my grandfather, up until 1919, worked in the rice field. On his draft card, he's worked in the rice field. Come out of World War I, in the rice field. 6 months later, he was working in a plant. We went from agriculture to industrial. And then, once the Germans created those methods, then those tools, those mechanized tools, the seeders, the binders, the threshers, the German innovation just helped that industry take off. Now, we're going to take a look inside Kirsten's pot.
That's right.
And you can see that gravy she's got. This is what we've been working out. So Lucy Trotzler, which is a German, shout out to those smart Germans. You got it, Lucy.
She's representing.
So you see,
oh yeah,
that is the gravy. You can see it in Kirsten's pot. We'll take a look at mine. We get ready to add some water and rice to this. So you see, you got that natural brown gravy. This is what stewing does. And I was talking to some people on the tour boat. Was on the bus, and they told me they went to take a class cooking jambalaya. And I said, well, "How did y'all brown your rice?" They said, "Kitchen bouquet."
What does that mean?
Coloring.
Oh.
They put coloring. I said, artificial color.
That's phony.
And I said, if I'm gonna bring people in, I want to teach them something that I can't do it. I can't.
No.
Kitchen bouquet doesn't exist.
No. Also, if y'all saw our pots, vote in the comments which one you thought looked better.
Yeah, give us a little vote there.
My name is Kirsten, Kirsten. Pot number 1.
I already lost. I'm done.
You should have put some makeup on. Yeah. Maybe they would have voted for you.
I just caught what you said. You grew up eating a lot of rice. I crave it after not having it for a while. But that's all of us. That's all of us. Kirsten, love you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I knew I lost that one. Okay. Now, I am going to bring in, need a bowl of both. So I'm going to bring in my 16 cups of water.
All right.
Or stock. We're going to get this back to a ball. I'm sorry. 8. That's 8 cups.
8 cups.
8 cups of stock. We're going to put 4 cups of rice in here. This is the formula 2 to 1. And when we set that rice, we're going to set it for 15 minutes once it's set. This is the easy part.
Okay.
Pot number 1 looks good to put over rice. Melissa, that's exactly why we're doing this. So you could put it over rice instead of being forced to eat this jambalaya. You could put this over anything you want. So I'm gonna have some of this over my oatmeal tomorrow morning.
Are you joking?
You
serious?
I'm gonna cook oatmeal and I will put that over my oatmeal.
That's not breakfast, buddy.
Yeah, it is.
Oh. We need to fix that.
You wouldn't believe what I cook for breakfast.
Oh, sounds so yummy.
Looks can be deceiving. You would be amazed. But it's all healthy.
I mean, I don't like oatmeal, so you lost me at that part.
So I mix 2 kinds.
Really?
And blend them together. Sometimes I even throw a little quinoa in them. This is a little bit off subject considering in the gumbo championship in New Iberia 10-11, 10-12. I would definitely find a way to go cheer you on and of course be a professional taster. There's also a Jambalaya Fest in Louisiana, but it's in May. Yeah, they did that one already. The Jambalaya Fest was done already.
Well, they said it's in 2026.
Yep.
Have you ever done one of those contests?
You know, I didn't have time. Having a restaurant, you just don't have time to go out. I did one, and it was a total flop. Instead of bringing the bowls in the back, let somebody taste it, they went around tasting, looking at you. Of course, the people that were most famous from New Orleans won. They had the worst jambalaya. Beauty is in and out. That includes beauty is in and out. That includes the pot.
That's so sweet.
I'm getting beaten up.
Thank you, Mark. We appreciate all votes here.
Tie at this point. We need to have a smell-o-vision. Okay, so now we're gonna bring a little bit more stock in here. Now you're ready to bring that chicken in, Kurt.
All right.
Go ahead and bring that chicken in.
Bring in the chicken. Yep. I wore a white shirt. Probably not the best idea. It's the only thing that didn't feel bad on my sunburn.
All right. I saw that one coming.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're gonna cook that chicken in there. Then we're gonna get another taste.
All
I've got quinoa cooked over there, and I've got some brown rice.
All right.
I did overcook the rice a little bit, so it's a little crunchy, but I don't mind that because I kind of like it.
Work harder for your food when you chew it.
Okay, so one of the things that made a difference in the rice industry, railroads. Once the railroads came, they could transport that rice all over the United States. So then they went at the biggest scale so they could load it on railroad cars and take it out. And that went for a lot of vegetation. A lot of truck farmers, because of the railroad, they were able to grow bigger farms. Okay, white rice versus brown rice.
Well, I tend to, honestly, I'm a potato girl. I know I've talked about it a couple times, but I am a potato girl. But if I do have somewhere, I'll do longer grain white rice like basmati or jasmine. But brown rice, I'm not a bad, I eat that too. I just tend to do the longer grain. I just tend to cut my portions because it is a little bit more carb dense.
Yeah.
But if you can have anything that has a little bit more fiber, I know people sometimes worry about their blood sugar levels or anything. So if you can eat more fiber in your diet or something, maybe help digestion for some people, I think it's a great addition. But personally, I'm a basmati girl.
Okay. And they've got a lot of great rices out there. And I've looked at the difference in the nutrition and all of them. It's not that great. It's not that much different.
It's not different at all, really. If you do the prepackaged, they are going to have more fat. But I mean, they have so many easily cookable, like 1-minute rices.
Right.
It's so easy.
Okay, we're going to taste this.
All right.
Let's see. Hey, Jody.
Oh, wait, you need more bread?
We're going to taste it. We're going to sip this.
Oh, we're going to sip it?
Honey, you can Clorox that white shirt, splash away.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Kirsten, what do you think about Parish rice?
What is Parish rice?
So it's a brand of rice that they grow. It's a white rice, long grain.
If it's similar macros to which when I say macros, that's protein, fat, and carbs. If the nutrition facts are pretty much the same, I'm all for it, really. I don't think it's a bad. Everybody likes to demonize different things, whether it's bread, potatoes, rice. It all really comes back to how much you're eating of it and what you're putting on top, like Spuddy was talking about.
That's the one that kills us.
That's the one that kills you. So
you go ahead and taste that.
Okay.
Tell me what you think.
That's good.
But
Which one is that from?
That's just the I added the water.
Oh,
so
and now you
so
added
when
the
we cook a
seasoning.
jambalaya, you have to taste that water. And then Melissa says Parish is lower glycemic.
Oh,
So,
perfect.
so you have so many varieties of rice out there.
Yeah.
that-
If it helps with your blood sugar, then
Definitely.
perfect. Yeah.
So when you making a jambalaya, you taste your water. It's got to be a little bit piquant, a little spicy,
Okay.
and it's got to be salty. You don't want it. Oh, it tastes just right. You need a little bit more because that rice is going to suck up this flavor. It's going to suck up that seasoning. This is the tricky part. The other tricky part is to make grain for grain rice. So people make jambalaya. They want to use. You ever heard of Uncle Ben's?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you use it.
Used to, not as much anymore.
Thank God. So it's a make-believe rice. It's parboiled. It's cooked partially. I can teach a 2-year-old how to make a parboiled jambalaya. It's like cooking jambalaya on training wheels.
What
Sorry if
2-year-olds
anybody
do you
used
know?
it because it makes perfect rice. But now I'm gonna use regular long grain rice, and I've got to make a perfect rice doing that. It's that water to rice combo that's gonna make it. Okay. Greg Fly says jasmine rice, and that's the one we use it tonight. Fly.
Love it.
Okay, let's see. So everybody, Parish, Jasmine still getting. I'm gonna give you a history on Jasmine, and okay, we're gonna taste this again now that I've added the little seasoning, Chris, and you're gonna see the difference.
Oh my gosh, that was so hot. Okay, sorry. It tastes really good though. It tastes really good.
Starting to taste a little flavor in it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna add a little bit more pepper and salt. You can bring your shallot tops in. I had them somewhere out here.
I thought we already put, oh, that's them?
Nope, that's your parsley. You can bring your parsley in too.
Okay.
You can bring
All of it?
Yeah, but why not? I'm gonna add a little bit more salt to this one. I'm open to trying different types of jambalaya unless it has kale. And then I think you would put kale in jambalaya, be relocated to the West Coast. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Unless it has kale.
Definitely.
I also think so. I am not a kale girly.
Okay. Now I'm gonna add a little bit more pepper to this. And we're gonna taste this one more time. We're getting ready to add the rice.
Did you have shallot tops? I think we already put them in mine, huh?
What's that?
The shallot tops?
We did.
Yeah.
Okay. So did they pick your dish up already?
I think so.
Okay.
They're on top of their game.
My boys are rolling. My boys are rolling over here.
Shout out.
Okay. Now, once we set this jambalaya, we're gonna let it sit for 15 minutes. This is where me and Kirsten are gonna talk. And if you have questions, definitely talk about how you can improve your life by working out a little bit, eating right, and you don't have to go overboard, but in doing it without getting hurt.
Yes.
Difference?
I love that. That's really good.
I won. So we're in sugarcane country, right?
I believe now I do.
Okay, we're in sugarcane country, so all the time we got to show our brothers out there a little loving. So I got a lot of friends that are sugarcane farmers, and you got to show them a little loving. You have to. You don't have to put sugar in your jambalaya. I do that on my show just to give my brother some loving.
Oh.
He's not my brother, but he's my brother.
Everybody's family here in Louisiana.
That's right. But it needs a.
Look, he's got it.
You got it, Dino.
You need a frosted glass.
That was.
Oh, was it?
I unfrosted that sucker.
Yeah, that pot's boiling.
Okay. Now, one more time, Kirsten, and get ready to put the rice.
All right.
Okay. Oh, hell yeah, we ready.
That's good.
Now, one thing I forgot to put. You got your bottle over
You
there.
put Tabasco?
This is Crystal. You
Oh.
see, you got Louisiana over there, so I don't want to show no
Oh,
favoritism.
I like Louisiana. I like them.
You got to give it a little love and give your pot a little love. Show that pot some loving.
Don't get that on my shirt now.
Hey, you heard that? You heard Melissa tell you a while ago?
Oh,
You can bleach that out.
Look,
Splash, baby.
if I don't have to, I don't want to. Is that okay?
I know, some more.
Put the whole bottle.
All right, that's
All right.
good. Now, 8 cups of stock, 4 cups of rice. Malcolm, I'm gonna need that cover in a few minutes. And then I'm gonna need 15 minutes on a timer when I tell you. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this back to a boil. I'm gonna set it on simmer. Then we're gonna start wrapping this up. Then we're gonna start talking. Get your questions ready.
Send them in. I'm ready.
And Kirsten will tell you what she does, and I'm gonna tell you she's good. And we're gonna
Yeah.
talk about that in a little bit.
I've been able to train Spuddy for like 4 months now, huh?
Since January.
Since January.
Yeah, we're going on our 20th week.
That's awesome. I know. About to get him a new training program he was making fun of earlier.
How big can you make your bowl and still be considered a healthy portion? That's a good question.
That is a good question. It depends on which bowl you're talking about. Some people use a bigger one to start with, but I would say always start with smaller portions first.
Like maybe
okay?
an 8 ounce.
Sure, 8 ounces. Look, a couple.
Give me that little cup, that little styrofoam
one?
cup back there. Mm-hmm.
Is this 8 ounces?
This is an 8 ounce portion.
I'd say 1 or 1.5 of those. Just start with. And the reason why is you can always go back for more, right? It's like getting your hair cut. Okay, you can always cut more off after. Shout out to my mom who cut my hair. But
Malcolm?
whenever people fix their plates and they go for it and they fill it all up, well, a lot of us feel the obligation to eat it all. So you always want to start with smaller amounts, and then you can always go get more after. But you are having to make the conscious decision to go up again and get another portion. So it's kind of a halt in the process.
And then also, you add rice, like this is going to be a rice and a lot of protein.
Uh-huh.
So your jambalaya got a lot of protein in it.
Yeah.
So if you've got some good protein in it and you start off with a little bowl like this, a lot of times this is good for me. But when you finish eating it, take a pause. Take a pause, maybe drink some water.
Drink some water, great idea.
Talk to somebody, take a little walk, give it about 5-10 minutes, and then come back and get some more if you want.
Yeah.
But waiting is always a good thing.
Yeah. When you eat slower, you're going to feel a little bit more satiated just because you are. Yeah, look, Jeffrey's on it. Spuddy needs a refill. You need another frosted glass. Do I put my top on?
We're not putting your top on. So yours is.
I've got a cooking injury. Look, I've got.
Oh yeah, if you haven't burned yourself or cut yourself, you never cook.
Oh, well.
Let's see.
We all know that.
Elaine, how much meat would you put in a small pot of jambalaya? Joel. So my grandson wants to know how much meat you put in a small pot of jambalaya. So right here, this is we did 4 cups of rice. This is a small jambalaya. In that jambalaya, we had so my pork, I always put it the same as my rice. So we had probably about 4 pounds of meat in this little small jambalaya. At least that much. Tell you, here's the secret. Don't make a wish dish. You know what that is?
Mm-mm.
You invite all your partners over, and they come to eat. And you know they're not gonna tell you nothing, but they're going, I wish you had some meat in this thing.
Yeah.
I wish they had some meat in this thing. So what do you think of the flavor of yours?
Oh, really good.
You think we need more seasoning?
Nah.
You good?
I think did you taste it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you think we need more seasoning? So what I'm hearing is.
So it's good.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna tell you how
let me guess. Should I guess?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can guess, but I'm thinking we need a little bit more salt.
Maybe. Remember this tomorrow. This salt is gonna kick up in this thing. So they always think about your leftovers. There's some quinoa over there. All brown rice. Which one you want to try?
I'll try brown rice.
Okay, and give me the quinoa. So we'll do one of each. This is a good test. And put you a little scoop of rice in yours.
Well, that is crunchy.
So you want to taste it over that rice or whatever you're cooking. All right, Ed said thank you, Kirsten, for that info.
You're so welcome.
Now we're going to take this and let's put this juice over. Give me that spoon right there.
Yeah.
That
This
big
one?
spoon. Okay. Lower. Okay, let's get a taste of this.
You got it.
This is going to be our seasoning. Here. You got it? All right, here we go.
You got a spoon? Or these are all forks?
Here.
Oh, thank you.
All right. All we're doing right now is letting this chicken cook and this is going to be finished. All right, here I go, guys. Ooh. Holy cow. Hey, mama, what you doing now? Holy cow, holy cow.
You are
What you
kidding
think,
about this.
cousin?
This rice is crunchy, but it's good. The flavor is amazing.
It's like Rice Krispies in that bowl.
Exactly.
Oh, man, this is good. God. This is,
Start dancing.
man, this is good.
Good.
Yeah, this is, I actually rather this than the jambalaya. I can do anything I want with this. It's kind of like ground meat compared to sausage. A lot of people making deer sausage, I've turned them on to making ground meat, putting it in the bag, season and all, just like the deer sausage. You got whatever number of dishes you can cook with that ground meat. Sausage, you make sausage. Same thing with this. I got jambalaya. I put some white beans over it. I can take this and put it over anything. I can take this, stuff this po' boy down, and make a po' boy sandwich. I can make so many things with this over rice, over quinoa, over my oatmeal, over anything you want. You can make this.
Mm-hmm.
So this is something to consider, especially if you are trying to watch your health, watch your weight. This is going to be really good because you can control what you're putting it over. A baked potato would be fabulous with this. Did you call Kirsten's a stew? Okay, Courtney, let me explain something. It's called stewing. She did the stewing process. So yeah, it would be called a stew anywhere above I-10. So once you get north of I-10, you can call this a stew. South of I-10, I don't even call it a gravy, because Cajuns always have a different flavor, different meaning. When they cook a stew, they're gonna make a roux. It's gonna be roux based. Once you get away from here, this is stewing process. So yes, I did call it a stew. And that stewing process is going to give you so many flavors. To me, I like this better than making a stew.
Okay? I've never made a stew. This is good.
Jambalaya burritos. That would work in there, brother. So let's see. I think we got it. This is gonna be a wrap.
Oh, it's good.
So now think about this. What did you put in here that was unhealthy?
Nothing inherently unhealthy.
And you can portion out. You can actually count your pieces of meat.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get your protein. You want to get, because the gravy itself is very healthy.
Yeah.
Except for a little bit of almond flour we put in. Mm-hmm. We didn't add anything that's going to add a lot of fat or calories or anything.
Yeah.
That 3 tablespoons of almond flour we added in is spread throughout this whole dish.
Yeah.
Very minimal.
Very minimal. Yeah.
So this is when you think this is the key to actually cooking good dishes.
Mm-hmm.
Cooking something healthy,
and
cooking something flavorful.
Yeah.
Instead of going to try to find this, because everybody gets burned out. Which is what they get burned out on? Eating cardboard. Eating these make-believe dishes. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, what's up, Breland? Go, Kirsten. That's my sister-in-law. All right. So let's talk about Kirsten. I'm gonna tell you how I told y'all. She's helped me a lot. One of the things that you wouldn't make a difference. So in my days of working out, they always said you had to be accountable. Mm-hmm. Keep a log, keep track of what you work out, take pictures, and that always go. You know what I would say to that?
What?
I never did it. But then, okay, you get this thing and I get Kirsten paper and you're going to take pictures and you're going to keep a log. And I'm going, oh man, this is homework. This is why I failed 5th grade. But then again, what it does, it makes you accountable. And you wouldn't believe being accountable, how much it makes you focus in on what you want to do. Mm-hmm. So you want to talk about that, Kirsten?
Yeah. I mean, the whole reason why I started coaching is because, I think everybody's either heard of or experienced a situation where, you do all the hard work, you get all the results you want, and then you end up right back at square one. And that's a hard thing to go through because now you have this flip-flop cycle. And so you've done all the hard work, but you're not living in your success. And so I started coaching because, one, I'm so passionate about living a healthier lifestyle, but also because I wanted to create a sustainable lifestyle change for every single person. And that looks different. So like you might have kids and you might have a full-time job. And so your time is little. But there's always a plan that will work for you. And so whenever I work with somebody, I ask, how much time do you have available? What are you willing to commit to? Because I can't make you commit. Okay, so if we start working together, I can't I can lead you to it. I can't make you do it. And that's part of the accountability is I'm here as a resource. I'm here as a guide. And so many people have found success in having that support system, but it does have that commitment factor, and I hold you to it. So that's part of what I love. Yeah, I had to send him a video the other day saying, look, you told me you wanted to chill out. I told you, you got to stop with all these extra steps now, man. But
How many people you have to tell to slow down?
You, that's it. I gotta tell you that. You're the only one on the roster. I've got like, dude, you gotta stop doing all the extra work. And Kirsten, do you do online classes? Yeah, so I actually coach. I coach Spuddy online. I coach Heather and Evelyn. They're out here. And I've coached my mom online. I also do in-person training for those of you in Baton Rouge. But online coaching. Anytime that you have a question, text me and I respond as quickly as I possibly can. And then anytime that, the weekend comes, we do check-ins, I give you all the feedback that you could possibly have. And so I simplify it for you, but I also explain why, the decisions I'm making, which I think there's such a gap there. Yeah. And if you want to contact me, you can go on Facebook, Kirsten Malone Willis. You can message me there, and I'll get you started with the process. But really, it's simple. Start in the kitchen, work on just trying to eat healthier options, okay? Not going through the fast food, not going out of your way to go and get the candy and other things like that. Just those small changes, you're on the right track, okay? So I don't want you to think it's an overcomplicated process. I promise you it's not. But yeah.
You're right. It's not a complicated process. And she'll set you up with a workout routine. And like I told you, when you get comfortable with it, you think you got it, she's gonna flip it. And that's that is you hit that wall where you kind of slowing down or you maxing out whatever you're doing. And it does work. It does work. It works different parts of your body. It makes you respond different. And I'm gonna tell you, and I'm always putting comments, guys, hell yeah, this is badass. Because I want to be challenged. Yeah. One of the reasons people quit working out, because I'm going to the gym, I got to do this today, and I'm bored, and the same old. That's what gets people out of it really quick, because it gets routine. Yeah, it just gets so routine. So she helps you break that routine. And look, if you have questions, except at 4:00 in the morning, she'll go not answer.
Yeah.
I'm the only customer that does that.
This psycho right here is up, ready, and working. Look, he is on his feet. He's working out already at 4 a.m. But yeah, anytime.
That last comment.
Oh, Kirsten Spice, you're right. Look, he'd be doing most of the writing. I'll take care of the macros and why it works.
This is why it works. So you need that person to guide you. If you need that person, and I'm going to tell you, what we did 20 years ago doesn't work today. This is truly a science. When we started going through it, and she started telling me all the stuff that's happening now, like I used to work chest 3 days a week. It'd be a 3-day workout. Work every part 3 days a week. Doing it once a week now. And I'm going, this can't work. Oh, hell yeah, it works. It does. So it's and what you put into it. And believe me, you got this log. And look, if you want to pencil whip it, that's fine. You're cheating yourself. But you go ahead and you start logging it. You take those pictures. I've got pictures of week 0 to now. And I just go, well, boy, you badass. It was amazing. It was totally amazing. Exactly. And this is when you see it. When you actually take those pictures of yourself and you look back. And then Heather taught me how to do side by sides. Well, I've gotten carried away with this stuff. I'm out there showing everybody. I'm taking everybody side by side. So it's definitely sending my friends. Oh yeah, everything. Look where I was. But I have a picture. I've gotten as high as 215 pounds. I'm 175 right now. I was 180 when I started with you. Yeah. So that's what I told you. I wasn't worried about the weight so much. Yeah. I'm worried about there's a difference between losing weight and losing fat. That's right. That's a big difference. Yeah. Whenever you start, I think a lot of people, they're going to call it toning. And so anytime that you hear the word tone, that means building muscle, losing fat. And so what that has to do is your body composition, how you look, your physique. And so for Spuddy, his goal was, I don't really care about, I'm at a pretty much healthier weight, but I'm not worried about that. But
I am trying to, have a better physique. And so what we've worked on, he's lost inches in his waist and his hips. He has lost some pounds off the scale, but it's really impressive to see the work that he's put in and how it's changed his body composition.
Mr. Slow down, slow down.
You heard it here. He's doing a great job.
Well, I think it's a compliment. I have to slow down. It's amazing because I'm not even trying to get all these steps. It just happens.
Yeah.
It's just my life. Spuddy, send me some of that food over here and Alice. Let's see. Let me see what Kirsten is working with.
That's my uncle's right
Hey,
there.
Donna. That's your uncle's?
Oh,
They
yeah.
want to see what you're working with. Look, y'all can be proud. I'm telling you.
Exactly.
Y'all can be proud of this. There you go, baby. Look, about the other side. No, this has really been amazing. I've been working out on and off all my life. I did it in college at the best physique I ever had. But them days, 325 pounds on the bench, 400 squat. I mean, you're young, doing stupid stuff. And then you get older and then you realize you can't do it no more. But no, macho man gonna do it again and you want to hurt and stuff. This is what was happening to me.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the way to get started is to get started.
Exactly. Look, that's the hardest part is whenever you go and you're trying to make the commitment. So once you made the commitment, you are all good. Oh.
Now,
Oh, that smells
let's
good.
check in this pot. You're going to see there's going to be liquid in here. Okay? That means this is good. So what we're going to do is we're going to stir this pot and we're going to let this liquid finish setting in. What I'm doing now is I'm bringing that bottom up, okay? Bringing that bottom up. Now we'll give me a towel on the back. Bringing that bottom up out the pot. And then we're going to let this set for a little while longer while we talk to Kirsten some more. It gives us a good chance to talk. And what you see right here? So you see how we grain for grain right here? We have a lot of moisture. That's the two things you want in your jambalaya. You want a lot of moisture without mushy, but you want this thing grain for grain. We're going to get a taste.
Oh, yeah. I can use a fork over here.
You got one?
Yeah.
Okay. Get the taste again, huh?
Yeah. I hope they can't hear me chewing.
Oh, yeah. Mm.
Oh my gosh.
You have so many years of
I'm
tasting.
about to cry. That's good. As soon as you took off that top, I could smell that smoked sausage that you put in there. Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the flavor?
Good. So amazing.
Thank you, Kyle. Got a little piquant to it. It's going to be a little spicy. Y'all better like spicy. And y'all see I didn't have much pepper. Just a little touch of pepper. How's the salt?
Wonderful.
Yep.
Wonderful.
So we're going to let that set about another few minutes, and then we're going to eat.
Okay.
So anybody have any questions? And again, you want to reach Kirsten. The best way to reach, but Heather, you have a number in case a lot of people don't do Facebook. It's okay for them to text you.
I know that we put my email and everything. And so, if you do need, and you don't have email and you don't have Facebook, I know that maybe you could reach out to Spuddy, and I have my email my number readily available for him, so you could text me. So I think email, she must have put it in the comments, I believe. It's a little further up there.
And you can throw it again. So we can, you don't have to meet with her in person. Every week, she's going to. Okay. So she's gonna hold you accountable. Every week you're gonna get this nice little talk from her, about a little 3-minute pep talk. And then she's gonna give you everything that you're doing good. She's gonna ask you how you feeling, how you sleep. A lot of questions she's gonna ask to see how you making out during the week. What are you struggling with?
Yep.
These are all important if you're gonna go ahead and make this program right. If you're gonna make it work for you, because it's for you, nobody else. And my old grandpa had a saying. There ain't nothing bad for you. In moderation. In moderation. He lived in 92. I'm not gonna knock him. That man lived to 92 years old. I gotta give him hats off. But there is stuff bad for us because the food has changed a lot since he was young. So there are a lot of bad things out there. Ultra processed food probably be our worst enemy.
Yeah. Ultra processed food, anything with an extreme amount of sugar, anything with an extreme amount of oil, because all those things are going to be inflammation sources. And so for me personally, I struggle a lot with inflammation. I actually have inflammatory arthritis. And so I know there's going to be a lot of people watching. Maybe you're dealing with joint stiffness. It's harder to walk in the mornings. Maybe you're doing some exercises and you're like, whoa, that used to not hurt like it does right now. And if that's the case, you might have an inflammation problem. Okay, so sleep, really important. But also another good thing that you can start doing is taking out some of those ultra processed, ultra sugary and oil foods out of your diet, because you really don't need that much. Especially fast food is the main, source of a lot of that inflammation. So if you just take out fast food, maybe you're eating it every day, knock it down a couple of days a week. You don't have to go cold turkey. And I think there's a rhyme and a reason to just slowly implement healthier habits, because that's the way you're going to make them stick. You're never going to make them stick by just cutting out everything at one time and just saying, okay, I hope it works, because that's where a lot of people get in trouble.
That's where you fail.
That's where you normally, yes. And some people have that mindset, but very few do. And so you don't want to set yourself up for some failure whenever you have really good building blocks. You just didn't take enough time to lay the foundation. So it's all about the process. It's not just the product. Everybody's worried about the scale. Everybody's worried about reaching their goal. And yes, that's important, but you have to find ways to implement those healthier lifestyle changes and healthier habits. And that's where you're going to be cooking and you'll be doing some good stuff in your life and making a good change.
Now, we're going to answer that last question. I have one last comment after that. Besides water, what is your favorite drink in meals?
I actually, and some people might knock me for this, but I personally drink diet root beer. Not a lot, but I will drink like one diet soda every now and then during the week whenever I want to have something. Zero calories.
I'm a water dude.
Water. I'll drink water, but there are other things that taste really good.
Okay. And this is inside Kirsten's pot.
Oh, yeah.
So this is looking really good. Looks like you made a roux with it. Looks like you have a stew.
Yeah.
One of the last things we're going to say, and you can comment on this, Kirsten, you can comment on this. One of the biggest mistakes, and I've been down this rabbit hole, and everybody's been down this rabbit hole, TikTok, YouTube. You go on these things, and you can get, so they want to give you, cook this jasmine rice and eat it every day, and you're going to build muscle, and you don't have to go to the gym every day. And everything is a quick fix. Your body is a system. It works as a system. And you have to remember where you're at today, whatever age you are. I'm 67 years old. It took me 67 years to get here. It's not going to get off in 3 weeks because TikTok told me to or whatever. So you have to, you can get down those rabbit holes very easy. And I've been there. And then you get where all of a sudden you backpedaling. Yeah. You're actually getting worse because you're going to get on the flying horse one day and you're going to do 20 minutes on the flying horse and you're going to be able to go to Olympics next year. So what do you say to people that, online is a thing, it's real?
Yeah. Absolutely. And that's where most of the conversations start, is I'm overwhelmed because there's too much information and I don't know who to believe and who to trust. So one, I will say good on you for doing the research and taking the initiative, because that's a great first step to try to make healthy change. But what I would say and what I would caution you of is, I said it earlier, I'll say it again, don't overcomplicate the system. Okay. Some simple foods, just eat those. Try to cook for yourself. Try to prepare. I think preparation is going to be the greatest key to success whenever you're looking at trying to be healthier. So, don't overcomplicate it. Some people will be like, oh my goodness, don't eat corn, because corn is going to be the end all be all and you're going to gain all this weight, or it's not good for my gut. Every person is a little bit different, but at the base of everybody, we're all the same. Okay. So if you eat healthier foods and you try to cook more for yourself, that's going to be a great change. And just try to get some steps. Okay. Even if you can't go to the gym, or maybe you're not physically capable of going and doing a full workout right now, just get your steps in. That's going to help with cardiac health. That's going to help with metabolic health, digestion and all of the things. So just really make sure to have a target goal. Start, if you can't do 10,000 steps a day, start with 6, work up to 7, work up to 8. Again, small little increments. Tools are great, but don't overcomplicate it.
Perfect. Keep it simple, stupid.
That's right.
KISS.
We like
Use the KISS method. Keep it simple. You know, when I was a computer programmer, Tammy's gonna remember this. Keep it simple, stupid, because you can overcomplicate those programs and you wind up with this spaghetti mess. So Dino said, great show, very informative. Thank you, Dino.
Awesome.
And look, any other questions, bring them out there. I'll pass them on to Kirsten, but it's been a great show. And we'll take one last look at this jambalaya that's set now. And you can see it's all grain for grain. We'll peek in that pot. Let's take one last peek in that pot. And if y'all want some, here it is. Come and get it. But you better hurry because it's going fast.
Everybody's getting their to-go boxes ordered over here.
So, okay, that's it. So, y'all, thank y'all tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. Thank you, Kirsten.
Yes, thank y'all.
It's been, you know, look, I want the world to be healthy. I want the world to be a better place to live. Well, it starts with us one day at a time.
Yep, absolutely.
And if you try to go faster than that, you're gonna trip on your own feet and you're gonna fall and break your nose. That's simple. Take that one step at a time, do that one day at a time, and I promise you, you'll see the results. It's a long road. There's nothing short about it. It's not easy, but it is easy. But it is between the years, all of it.
Yeah.
Trust me. So anything else, Kirsten?
I'll just leave you with this. If it was overly easy, everybody would be losing weight.
That is.
Yes. So if you are somebody that is interested in just making one small change after one small change until you get to your goals, please feel free to reach out to me. Even if it's just for advice, I'd love to help you. And you can reach me at Kirsten Malone Willis on Facebook or my email, kwillis@byeBye.us.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's it. God, and thank y'all for totally enjoyed the show. Amen. Thank y'all. See you soon. You got it out. Thank y'all for joining in tonight. I hope it was informative. Any questions, shoot back. Just get back with us. And besides that, good night. We love y'all. God bless y'all. Kirsten?
Don't get me wrong, I love my life. These concrete walls, these city lights. What I'm about to say, it won't make no sense, but I gotta